Oh boy, do I have something to talk to you about today, Muse. I was actually going to talk to you about something different. The idea was forming in the back of my head, and it had something to do with while I was busy with the second pass of proofing with Hopetown, I was constantly finding myself thinking, wow, I wrote that. I'm proud of that. But that's not what I'm going to talk about. Because what I want to talk about just hit me. Just did. Let me set the stage. Okay. This week, I had a prospective client reach out to me for writing. They were super keen on having me. In fact, they were recommended to me by a PR firm. And they reached out to me. They said, "Oh, we're so excited about the prospect of having you write for us." So I had a fairly lengthy video conversation with this prospective client. And it all went well. All went very, very well. In fact, they started asking me questions on how to best approach the writing of blogs and things like that. So it became very clear towards the end of it that more than likely, if I wanted to write for this client, I would be writing for this client. And then a couple of days passed. And I didn't hear anything. And I wrote to them, to this contact. And I said, "So what's up?" And this contact wrote back to me and said, "We took a look at your Twitter feed, saw that you were very passionate. And we're very concerned that that passion might be a bit of a problem." So, me being who I am, at first, got really pissed off. Because I have, for the entirety of my adult life, have known who I am. I realized who I was a very long time ago and decided at that early age that I was gonna be me. I'm gonna be me, and nobody's going to tell me otherwise. My friends know this. My spouse knows this. My stepkids know this. My family have all known this. I am me. And I am a passionate person. I get very upset about things, especially political things. And that, my friends, is what we're talking about. We are talking about my passion towards politics. Now, it is very, very easy to open up your friend Google and get all googly with artists and politics. And you will inevitably read about people saying, "Just do your art. Keep your art away from politics. You have no business, blah, blah, bitty, blah." And to that I say, we are human. We have opinions. And why is it that everyone else is okay to share their opinions, but not artists? Is it because, I don't know, some artists have huge followings and certain people don't want those huge followings to be inundated with an artist's particular opinion of the political persuasion? But guess what? As I said, we are human, and we are going to share those opinions because they are important. If you go around the globe and you talk to people about politics, you will hear very impassioned people talk about those politics. It is only when you come to America that you start to see people not wanting to talk about politics. But you see, here's the thing. When people stop talking about politics, bad things can happen. We've seen it over the centuries in different places across the globe. On top of which, we as a people, or should I say we the people, should be passionate about politics because it is one of the things that dictates how we live our lives. But that's not really the soapbox that I want to stand on right now, because if I get on that, I might not come back down. Plus, I don't want to spout off my political rhetoric right now. What I want to talk about is that separation. Because what ensued after that email that I received was me going, you know what? I will create a new Twitter account to deal with a specific thing that I write about. In other words, technology. So I created a new Twitter account. I even went over to LinkedIn and took my profile photo, the banner, the header photo that I had from Cabaret. I took that down and put just my headshot up. And I felt kind of dirty doing this because this is me. This is who I am. Because when you hire me, you hire who I am. Because I am not going to be put in a box. I am not going to be shoved in a cubicle and told to wear my blue and khaki and keep my personality out of business. Now, I know this may be a hard pill to swallow for some people, but to all of you out there who own businesses or manage businesses, let me tell you this. You may think that quelling your employees' personalities is a good thing for your company. It's not. Because the more you put your foot down on people being able to express their personalities and celebrate the things that they are passionate about, the less happy those employees get. And the less happy those employees get, the less productive they are. All you have to do is look at big companies like Google, who happily tell people to celebrate their personalities. And there are a lot of companies out there like that. And those employees are productive employees. And I, as an artist, feel it part of my artistry to celebrate who I am and who I've become over the years. And who I am is comprised of a lot of different aspects. I am multi-dimensional, as are all of us. We are multi-dimensional. We are not just writers. We are not just actors. We are not just singers, musicians, developers, managers, drivers. We are all the things. We are husbands and fathers and friends and brothers. And we are artists. And we are Democrats and Republicans and independents. And we are all of those things. And if you remove one of those things, we are no longer who we are. Now, I know that there are a lot of people out there that say you should separate the art from the artist. But the problem is when that art and artist intersect. If you read my books, after a while it becomes pretty clear what some of my opinions are. Because I intentionally put them in there, because that's who I am. I can't write as if I were Stephen King, although Stephen King and I share a lot of similar opinions. I can't write as though I were Clive Barker, although there are times I wish I could. I cannot write as though I were any other author but me. And if I strip away some of the things that make me who I am, then I can't even write as though I were me. And that holds true whether I'm writing fiction or nonfiction. So, to anybody out there searching for a writer, know that when you hire them, you hire the whole them. You can't just hire bits and pieces. And if you hire them, don't think that you can say, you know what, you need to get rid of that part of you. Or at least not show that part of you in public. Because then you're making that writer feel shame about a part of them. And guess what's going to happen because of that? I think that's a 2 and 2 that pretty much everybody can put together. We are not made from cookie cutters. We are not all the same people. Because if we were all the same people, this world would become so damned boring, no one would want to live in it. Imagine how boring it would be if everybody were the same. It would be stupendously, profoundly boring. So, to all of you writers and other and various and sundry forms of artists out there, celebrate who you are. And don't let anybody, anyone, tell you to not be who you are. Don't let anybody steal away even the slightest part of your truth, because that helps make you unique. And that uniqueness is what gives you your voice. So celebrate it. Hold on to it as though your life depends upon it, because your artistic life very well may depend upon it. Have I worn you out, Muse? Was it just a little too much? I tried to hold it back a little bit, but that's what I wanted to talk to you about today. It's very important to me, and I hope that it's very important to every artist out there. So, Muse, as you're tapping on the shoulders of the various and sundry artists that you work with, make sure you whisper in their ear for them to be truthful to who they are. And don't let anybody take that away from them. And I know you can do that, Muse. Why? Because you, my friend, are awesome.